I would like us to do something like last time. We'll go in breakout rooms. Dr. Jennifer is going to share us for 5 minutes, and then it's going to be new people. So you have to discuss and learn more about each other. To be two in a room. So, Dr. Jennifer, are you doing that right now?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's going to be two in a room, and then you just learn learn about yourself, just like you did last week. Ask your name, what you're doing, and then share more things. So we're going to start. It's going to be 5 minutes, and when it's 5 minutes, we're going to remove everybody from the rooms. Thank you. You all should just join.
Sticker, don't worry, we'll put you in a room.
Everyone, thank you all and thank you, Dr. Abigail, for that. So we're going to, I want volunteers, like 2 people, to tell me what she learned about the other person she was with, or I think we grouped you into 3. So 2 volunteers, if you can raise up your hand, that would be great. 2 volunteers. Tell me about the other person you were with, other people you were with. Should I start
Yes,
calling
ma'am.
someone? Okay. Um,
Oh, Ọlọ́run.
okay. So no, Scholastica. Yeah. Can you tell us about the other people? Okay, after
Yes.
Scholastica, Joy will talk.
Good
Go on.
morning.
Good morning.
I was actually in a group with 2 persons. When I joined late, one spoke, then I spoke and time finished. So
Okay. Sorry, we cannot hear you well. Cannot hear you very well. Abi, am I the only one that cannot hear her?
Okay, her internet is bad. So I think Salima wanted to speak.
Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
Salima,
Yes.
go on.
Okay, I was paired with Miss Susan, located in Lagos. And she said she's an author, and also she said she's currently working on a project that will help entrepreneurs, female or any gender-based entrepreneur, to be able to advertise their brand so that social media will not affect them. When I stated my problem about my social media handle getting banned on Facebook, and she said that's the kind of problem they want to solve. They have to like make digital billboards in spas and premium places, and also have other advertising activities based on the client's budget. So everything she told me was all about brand advertisement and visibility. That's the project
Wow,
she said she's working on.
that's very nice. Thank you for that. Any other person? Joy, you wanted to speak? Am I mistaken?
Yeah, good morning. Good morning.
Hi.
Can everyone hear me?
Yeah, we can.
Yeah, so I met with Musa Sanyosi. She's in South Africa.
Mhm.
So and she said that she's working on is still at an idea stage. She wants to bridge the gap between digital awareness for the unemployed. Because from her research, she noticed that a number of people that are going through mental illnesses are either victims of gender-based violence and in rural areas, and they don't really have opportunities. They don't really know a lot about digitization. So she's trying to solve that. She's currently in the idea stage, and she's looking to, tackle mental illnesses using digitalization as a tool. Thank you.
Now let's thank you all for this was what we want. We are building a community to network each other, to know each other, so that it's not going to be just programs and all that, but you should know someone that is in a different state or a different country in Africa. And also if you have something in similar with each other. Okay, now we're going to turn our attention to today's session. Today's session is on pitch crafts and communication. Pitchcraft and communication. Over the last 2 weeks, we have been validating our ideas and also learning how to develop business models. And I am sure you enjoyed the 2 sessions because I enjoyed it. And today we're going to be covering the anatomy of a winning pitch, storytelling frameworks for entrepreneur, presenting data with confidence, how to live pitch practice with peer feedback, and how to handle tough questions from judges. So this is going to be our final learning session before our pitch day. So I want you to participate, enjoy, and listen. And our speaker is going to be Mr. Akinlabi. Mr. Akinlabi, over to you.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone.
Is it?
Yeah, good morning. Can you hear me?
Good morning, sir.
Yes, we can.
Oh, great. Good to have every one of you. I hope you've had fantastic, how many days now? Fantastic 7, 8 days that were last in class. I must again commend the effort of the SASIE team to organize this, and also here's my round of applause to every one of us who have been able to participate in these for the past 2, 3 editions. Uh, uh, yeah, sessions that we've had, and I'm really hoping that it's been worth your while. Again, like the setting that we normally talk about, just relax. You are in a family meeting, you're just trying to have a conversation, and then you're free to contribute, to seek clarity. More than anything, actually, this part of the program today, we would have a lot of participation. Some of you be judges today, some of you be presenters today. We just mock, like you have mock exams, you have mock exams is what I remember more than anything. Then you also, if you're a lawyer, you're in law school, they have mock trials. So it's just a practice that we're going to have included in today's session. But before we go deeper into that, I want to I want to ask how many people attempted the exercise that we gave last week, because we're going to put together all the feedback, all the data, and then next week being the pitch period, we'll be able to announce the people. Okay, Joy, great, thank you. So we're going to announce this who qualify for the various what's it called right now, for the various awards that will be offering. Okay, we're serious about that. And if you're serious as we are, and if you recognize that this is family, you would attempt it, because you don't fail here. we try to make it as safe as possible. Okay, so please give it a shot if you have not, because we believe in you and practice makes perfect. We're serious about this. Thank you. Okay, so let's go into today. And again, you remember that I always try to lay philosophical background. Why do I lay philosophical backgrounds? It's because everything in this world comes from the realm of the things that we know. Whether we are aware of it or not, we take our decisions, our choices from the body of information that we've had ingrained into our system. And I think, if you permit me, let me see if I can find something here that I can read verbatim for us, or um, I'm going to send this to the organizers. Sorry, organizers, that's coming this late. If you could please help me put it on the screen before you put the other thing that I want you to help me with, I would so much appreciate it. I've sent it. If you could just please let me put that into. And when you are looking at that screen, you would also see that there's a bit of authenticity on this platform. I ask you to learn. You are here to learn. It's just for you to understand that those who are also encouraging you are people who are learning. They have schedules every day that they take time to learn one thing or the other. And that's where you can see practically that I just a screenshot from a screen. That's how it's done. And again, here is an applause to Abigail. And I'm sure there are so many other people like that too, who have been able to do things with themselves. She earned a PhD at 29, and she told us a strategy that she applied, moving on from her master's to the PhD. Again, echoing the spirit of this place, we don't want it to flex. We just want it to be open. So we know that there's nothing mysterious. You put strategy into place, and then other people can know that it's about strategy, not about any other out of this world privileges that you have. So, like I said, here I was learning something from the London Business School, and the presenter showed this. What's a mindset? And it told us that the mindset is a collection of beliefs and thoughts that make up one's mental attitude, inclination, habit, or disposition that predisposes a person's interpretation and responses to events, circumstances, and situation. There's this quote that says that if you believe that you can do it, you can. If you believe that you cannot do it, you cannot. But at the end of the day, it's about you. It seems harsh. There's also another one that says, talks about a boy approach a wise man, and then he asked the wise man, I have a bird behind me. He was holding a bird behind him. He asked the wise man, this bird, is he alive or is he dead? And then the old man looked at him and he says that whether he's alive or he's dead, it's in your hands. Because if I say that he's alive, you kill it. If I say that he's dead, then you say, whoa, it's alive. You see, in the long run, as difficult as it is to accept, it's in your hands. It's in your hands. Whether you turn out great, whether you create a great business, whether you struggle, bottom line, it's in your hand. It's harsh, it's difficult to accept, and it flies in the face of some of the philosophical nurtures and cultural norms that we know, where we have to blame witches and wizards. In Nigeria, for example, you have what they call village people. You can see what we're talking about right now. A society has outsourced responsibility to the extent that it has come up in normal balance. So coming up in normal balance now means that it makes it comfortable for you to bear, comfortable for you to embrace. So everything now is village people. If it's not working out, it's village people. And we joke about it, but you can see how some environments are empowering and how some environments are not empowering. That is the reason why I'm always going philosophical at the beginning, so that people can understand the things that they are grappling with. people can understand you don't even know that you have battles that you are fighting. And then entrepreneurship is hard enough. Creating value is hard enough. And you do not even know the battles that you are fighting. And the battle of the mindset is one of the greatest one that we have to fight. And unfortunately, most people don't come out as winners. They don't come out as winners because, like I said, you don't even know that you're in a battle. You don't know that there are things you have heard. You don't know that there are things that you have read. You don't know that there are things that you have seen. You don't know that things have been done to you, that you have done to people that have, in the subconscious predispose you in a particular way. And then you now want to do things that are contrary to the discipline you have built from the negative things that you've heard. So it becomes a struggle. It becomes a struggle. Somebody said she's developing something for the mental health of people who are in the rural places and everything like that. Thank goodness it's coming up in consciousness is more than anything now. But that is why we do these philosophical things so that you can have a broad outline. There's something they call a worldview. So there's a worldview, the way you see the world. So you see the world in a particular way concerning everything. Most of us, we see the world in a particular way when it comes to men. Thank God most of us we here are women. You've been told to see the world in a particular way when it comes to men. I remember this joke. Thank God it was a joke about a girl who went home to her mom. Was it her mom that she went home to, or to probably a relative? And she started crying. She started crying that she was pregnant. She was pregnant. Then the person looked at her, you're too young to be pregnant. What is the problem? And she started wailing, my mom will kill me, I'm pregnant. Then the person calmed her down and then asked, so tell me, why do you think you're pregnant? And said, my mom told me that if any boy touches me, I will get pregnant. And so in the school, perhaps they asked them to line up for some activity or thereabout, and a boy pushed her or held her or something. And because of what the mom had told her, even though she was in the school, even though she could reason, the power of what they've told her had conditioned her in a way that she never even knew. And you have to take the elderly person to break it down that is not what it's meant. You see, it's as ridiculous as that. Honestly, you need to understand it's as ridiculous as that. So when you've grown up in a place that does not celebrate ambition, in a place that says that when your yam is done, you have to cover your mouth to eat it. How does pitching come naturally to you? How? Like they say in Nigeria, you won't steal them. In a place where shame is the instrument that have been used, how do you tell people that you don't have, that you are not self-sufficient? Those places that we die alone. So that is why worldview is very important. And again, before I change this screen, it says, what is a mindset? And it's also a probe for you to explore your mindset. And if you want to work closely with Dr. Jennifer, and then through Dr. Jennifer, we offer a wider level of support. We can work with you for you to do you want to go back into that place and then find out how have you been made, how have you been structured? Because you see, how you've been made, how you've been structured determines the kind of product, services, and values that you create, or how you create those things. Because you can just copy product, services, and values for their sake. In the slides here, you will learn more of these things, but not for the fact that it's a problem. Where you're creating those product, services, and values are actually as a result of you trying to escape the problem in the larger society, which is that you don't want to go hungry because the society has not provided a safety net for you to thrive on some original ideas while not starving. So those are all the issues. So you need to explore these things. And I read it once more before we go to the next. I said the mindset is a collection of beliefs and thoughts that make up one's mental attitude, inclination, habit, or disposition that predetermines a person's interpretations and responses to events, circumstances, and situation. I remember one of the things that jarred me into reality I mentioned to you that I love the Christian book, the Bible. I read it quite a lot. One of the things that jarred me into reality way back was when I got to a particular part of it, and it says that if you fail in the day of trouble, it is not the trouble that is the problem. It is the fact that your strength is small. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. If you fail in the day of trouble, trouble is not the problem. It's your strength that is small. So it means that instead of me blaming village people, how come a village person can overcome me, a person in the city? You see, those are logical things that we even embrace. So he just said I should go and increase my capacity so that somebody in the village will not overwhelm me, a person in the city. And that goes across most areas of our life. Okay. So thank you. That's just a foundation that we're building up as we go on. And this is where we want to spend our time interpreting things a little bit more. For us to progress in this, I would like to take one or two what do I call it right now? Contributions here. I would like to take one or two contributions. How many of you um, had a dream that came to pass? You had a dream. You don't need to tell us the specifics of the dream. Okay, but you had a dream, and then it
Perhaps.
came to pass. How many people can volunteer to share? You had a dream. You're sleeping, you had a dream, and then it came to pass. Is there anybody who wants to? Yeah, Joy is there. Okay, any other person? I just want to before we call Joy. Any other person? You had a
Yes,
dream?
so I'm
That's
here.
another person. Okay, that's another person. Salima. Okay, let's go with those two. Joy, could you please give us? You don't need to share the specific, but just tell us something about it.
Okay, so for me, it was a long time ago when I was younger. I saw myself in an auditorium speaking to a lot of girls in a hall. So it's now happened in 2021. In my job as a programs manager, I got an opportunity to do an advocacy program over 2,000 girls. So immediately that thing, and as I was talking to them, I just remember that thing that, oh my God, this is exactly how I saw it in my dream that came to pass. So that's my experience.
Oh wow, very interesting. Okay, let's go to Salima.
My own is quite funny, yeah, because it was when I was in secondary school, and I had a dream that when my English teacher was
Hey, we're losing you, and we need to hear this story. We're losing you. Oh wow. Okay, maybe our internet will come back at some point, and then we'll be able to have dreams. Okay,
was teaching slapped me.
Salima, we lost you a bit. Could you please backtrack a little so that we can hear your story a bit more?
My network went off.
Yeah, we noticed.
Are you still listening?
Yeah, we're listening. If you can backtrack
Yeah,
a little
so
bit.
I avoided saying that thing that made her slap me in the dream. So every other thing in the dream happened except the slap, because I just like, so that day everything that I remember from the dream before the slap and after the slap, everything happened that day. And I was just like, wow. So it's just like this. So that's what happened, Sha. It's only the slap that did not happen.
We're so glad that the slap did not happen. Okay. Wow. Wow. So I normally share with Dr. Jennifer how people, it's just a principle I learned, how people are not different, how experiences are not different. It is the decisions that we make that are a bit different. And even the decisions can be categorized into different parts such that it lends itself to predictability. These two people have shared with us that, like Joy said, when I was younger, and so I would use that one because Salima's timeline seems to be very close. Okay, but Joy's own has quite a lot of length of time in between. I said when I was a young person, I had a dream that was speaking, and she was very particular. I was talking to girls, And in 2021, so let's give it a period of like 5, 7 years, 5, 10, 7 years. And then it came to pass. And she said, so that you know that it's about this dream, she said, when I started, I remembered that this is it. Okay, do you know the reason why I said that? I really want this thing to be very simple for you. Very simple for you. So here in SASIE, we've already told you that entrepreneurship is spiritual. Your business idea is the version of a dream. It is a version of a dream. You are here in the present, and then this thing is going to happen in the future. If I say I want to build a car right now, the idea just came now. But then over a period of time, I'm going to the thing I want you to, and I just didn't want to go into that side, is to ask someone that, did you have a dream that says that something bad is going to happen to you, and then because of that, you started praying and fasting? Did you have a dream about, okay, something's going to happen to you? The point I want to make out of that is that most of us here, we've had this dream, like these people have shared right now, that have come to pass, usually of their own, to show that idea has power. Just like a dream will come to pass on its own. You are not even planning for it. Omolara, I think it was Jerry who said, I had an opportunity. And I don't think that Omolara also would go and prompt the teacher. No, these things are. So listen, again, we are trying to make it easier. So that's why we're letting you in on the principles. Listen, the idea, the dream, they have power of their own because they are living entities. They are living entities. So they will come to pass, they will crystallize on their own. But they need a partner. They need a partner on earth for them to come out, to come to pass. That is what your business idea is all about. Okay? The solutions, their products, their values that are needed by humanity. And you've been privileged to be able to catch on onto that. That is why most times when you have an idea and you don't act on it, suddenly you see someone doing that same business that you thought about, that you probably dreamt about, that came to your consciousness, but you didn't do anything about it. And then you find someone doing that thing exact, and you get to know, it will dawn on you, this is what I thought about. How many people have had that kind of experiences? You thought about something, and then either somebody said it, you thought about something, and then it is out there in the market. It is because, yeah, Alice, yeah, good, good, good. So that is it. You need to understand this thing very, very well so that you can partner with your dream, so that you can know that your business idea is a living entity that you're partnering with, and it will change a lot about you. You remember there was a past edition where I told you about a boy who had a dream, who had a vision, a business idea of doing things with small businesses, taking payments, okay, for small businesses. I told you that he went to 300 businesses, and they said no. How was the person able to continue? That is what people in Western world have been. They've had institutions, and they have their processes that helps you to keep a relationship more than anything. So this guy was able to keep a relationship with his idea. And we got to know about it because he sold the business later for some very good amount of pounds, to show that, these are part of the skills. Because let me go to the end of this session. Let me just move straight to the end of this session and then come back to the present. What you are trying to tell the person that you want to give you money, because money is the value that the person has, and values are created over time. And when values are being created, it costs the person creating the value. So you see, we don't want to part with our values. We don't want to part with our values unless we are convinced to part with it. It's just like in every relationship. Okay, of course there's you don't get to probably hug everybody. You don't get to probably kiss everybody, because this one, you have made decisions that I am valuable, and then I'm going to express myself this way. Okay. It's the same way with women and their children. Women and their children, they have this bond, unless the ones that dysfunctions have happened. And you see, that is the reason why it pains either party, especially the children, because there's something that says that this should be a partnership. So when the older partner is not acting in the way that you believe that it should be a partner, that's where dysfunction comes from. So that is the same thing with your ideas. They are spiritual, they are living. And if you permit me to just give you an idea from the Christian holy book, the Bible, it says, write the vision down, make it plain, so that those who read it can run with it, even though it tarries, yet it shall come to pass. That is where you see that these things, they are living things, they are living things, okay? And they just need your partnership. And I hope that encourages someone. That is why you see those who keep to an idea, they struggle. There's some people, okay. When I was doing my readings, there was a class I was taking some days ago, and it was talking about how people birth ideas. There was this particular man who said that he believed that if he put a connector under the sea between America as a continent and Europe, that they will be able to communicate with each other. It was said that the newspapers of the day, they cartooned him, they made him, they made caricatures of him and called him a fool. So his embarrassment was not private, it was public. The scientists of the day, they sat him down and they told him he was a fool. But this man went on anyways. But guess what? The first time he did it, to probably authenticate what those people said, the first time he tried it, the rope snapped in the midst of the sea. The second time he tried it, something happened again. But there was another time that he now tried it and then was able to connect the two. It worked for 2 weeks and then it broke. And then people said, oh, we said it. It was just trying to hoodwink us. You can see how consistent and persistent the forces of negativity can be. And this guy went on anyways. But the point I want to make to you is this. It was said that it almost ruined him. It basically destroyed his finances. Why didn't this guy give up? From what I've shared right now, who can give me a response? Now, you know that now, I'm in Nigeria right now, and if she would allow me to say this, Dr. Jennifer is in the UK. Earlier on, I can't remember when it was, and I said, are you seeing the marvel of principles? Here, I am talking to you, and you are hearing at the exact moment. That was the foundation that somebody gave his wealth and his reputation to create. So we have seen that it works right now. You can pick up a phone and video call somebody who is away from you, that if you were to travel physically, it would take you 5 to 6 hours to get there, but you can do it in an instant. But now you can see how it costs somebody. So I want to ask right now, why do you think that person never gave up? Why? You can see that he had money already. So why was he risking everything? Is there somebody, one or two people who can tell me why he was risking everything? From at least from what you've shared and then from what you know about life, why was he risking everything? Any volunteer, please? Yeah, we're entrepreneurs, we should be able to talk. Volunteers, why was he risking everything? Anybody with a show of hands? Okay, don't let us be stuck here. I really want us to just tell us what you think. Just tell us what you think. Why do you think?
Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, good afternoon.
All right, so based on my own opinion, the reason he actually did not give up is because of his determination and mindset. Just like the way you said, mindsets have a way to sharpen a person, to keep the person upright, to make sure that person achieves the dream. Talking about dream and reality, just like the example and the instance you gave. So one is that the person The person mindset is intact. Yeah, he has a positive mindset of what he wants to achieve. Yeah, he's purpose driven and he's determined. Yeah, he's really determined to achieve that. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. So let's go from that. Okay. Determined and all of those things like that. Bottom line is for you to be aware that you can develop a consciousness that sees your idea as a living being. And that changes everything about you. It changes totally everything about you. That is the reason why you go to class so that you can learn more how to take care of your relationship partner. That is the reason why you would, because if you love something, you spend on that thing. You spend time, money, you spend physically, you spend in every ways. Okay. Now that makes you to understand it more than anything. Now that he had a sense of relationship, he was seeing that thing. He was seeing it. He was seeing it, and he couldn't deny that he wasn't seeing it. The reason why all of this matters is this: they always come into play when you are making a pitch. They always come into play when you are making a pitch. Now, rest that foundation that we've created. Let's look at the diagram and see how that speaks into us, and then we'll go into our slides. The way we've done our slides is so that after the class, you can go ahead and teach people. We put everything there. You see, because we are trying to do things in a very different way. Now, the context that we all are come from is a context that understands what we call breakthrough. Okay, in Maslow's hierarchy of needs, we can change breakthrough to, we can change purpose to significance. So he has these levels. Okay, that how you get to significance, how you get to fulfill your purpose, how you get to what we call breakthrough, that period that you become rich, that big period that you become the richest man on earth. We are saying that this destination is a function of three principles. We don't even need to go far. Last week, you remember we talked about the PayPal mafia. You remember we talked about the PayPal mafia. The PayPal mafia, he said, my PayPal buddies saved my butts. That guy is the richest man on earth right now. How did he become rich? People bailed him out at a point. That point is time way, 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 way back. How were they able to bail him out? He told them his problem. Are you seeing it right now? Breakthrough. You're seeing breakthrough in your face. Elon Musk is a trillionaire. So trillionaire in dollars. And dollar is the capital, the currency that is used for world trade. So it means that Elon Musk right now is a global king. He's a global person of significance because he's been a trillionaire, something that never been done on earth before, came about, and then it's denominated in the currency that is what is used for global trade right now. I told you last week, don't try to convert a trillion into naira. It just won't work. It will break your calculator. So now we are seeing right now, he's alive. If you are on X, he's the owner of X. Okay. And then I've seen a couple of his cars here. There's one that he built in such a way that is like a machine. I saw it last week when I was going to church. So we're seeing that he's a person that is alive. It's not a historical figure. We're not talking about Solomon right now. We're not talking about King David. We're not talking about, Malam Musa, who used to be the richest man in Africa or globally. We're talking about Elon Musk, a living being. And then we also talk about Jeff Bezos. Okay, you can bring the story here. It says breakthrough came for them because he told us, my PayPal buddies. So that is a group of people that he is or he was in relationship with, saved my butt. Now, they didn't save him today. They saved him many years ago. So it's a function of a period in time. So that is time. And they saved him because he communicated that he was in trouble. So without convincing you too much, you can see that this principle that we have here, it works. It works. And what I'm going to present to you right now is that where businesses fail and where life fails is when you don't have these three factors interacting in a healthy way, where you don't have it interacting in every way, there's no way anybody can get to the point of breakthrough, achieve purpose, or reach significance without these three playing about. Let's put it as a business person. As a business person, you are in relationship with customers. Your customers can be direct business to customer, B2C. Your relationship can be B2B, business to business. But that is a relationship. So you have this relationship that is ongoing. And you see, under the relationship, we put one component there, compassion. Every relationship that you are in, you'll be surprised that businesses have feelings. That's why I say, that's why you talk about, I don't like the spirit of this thing. I don't like the essence of this product. I don't feel comfortable with this car. I don't, you know, somebody wanted to buy a car some days ago or some time ago, and then the person saw the car and the person said, I feel off. I feel off about it. Then the person saw another car and said, wow, I like this. Businesses, relationship is a function of feelings, compassion. Compassion is a feeling. The reason why anybody will buy from you is if there is that compassion, that feeling there. If there's no feeling, it's very difficult for anybody to buy from you. So relationships are very critical in business because the value that you are creating, you are asking someone to use that value to relate with you. You are asking someone to relate with that essence that you are creating. And that is why relationship matters. And when relationship matters, there are businesses that fail because of customer services. The relationship that thrive based on how a customer was treated. There are people that you like and you keep in touch with today just because of the way they make you feel, even when it's illogical feelings. That is what advertisements will tell you. Advertisers know that you are illogical because you're a person of feelings. So that's why they said, tell them what you want them to hear, and then they will do what you want them to do. Okay? So that's why that happens. Relationships. The second one is time. You express, you live in time. You express whatever it is that you do in time. And that's why we said promise. It has the potential to help you to reach your destination. The people who shared about the dream came to pass over a period of time. The dream. So that's the essence of a dream. And that is the essence of a business idea. It comes to pass over a period of time. The most important one, all of them are important. All of them are important. If you do not have a sense of urgency in your business, how does time come into play? I reach you, I want to buy your products. You're not there online. I send you a mail through your form. 4 days, you don't reach me. Then you come back on the 5th day. I've already moved. That is the essence of time. That's what time does in your life and in your business. Okay. And let me jump to conclude this thing quickly in this way. Everything that will disrupt your business and everything that has the potential to destroy a person's life, those things will fight against these three because they know nobody on earth can reach breakthrough, can achieve purpose, or achieve significance, or make a sale without these three being together. So everything that will seek to destroy you will not come to destroy you directly. It will destroy these three things. Number one, it will make sure that you're not able to manage your time. You're always living under emergency. You can't plan. Goal setting, strategy session, being here today is a function of being on top of your time. But see, when this thing wants to work, it will distort your time. People will waste your time. You will waste your time. You have systems that waste time. You have system that is not able to respond to customers in a timely manner. What that does is that it puts off the people you are in relationship with. It puts them off rather. Okay, it doesn't make, because they're thinking he doesn't care about me. She doesn't care about this business. How many times have you bought a product, good product? We talked about it before, good product, but you just hated the process of that good being sold to you. You hated it, especially when you bought it because you didn't have a choice. You hate it the more. Because if you had had a choice, you would have walked away. But there you were, you couldn't walk away. And then you bought it, gave them the money, but you hated them. You hated them. That is what relationship does in this way. Compassion is not there, and you noticed it and you're responding to it. Then, information. You have a product. You want to message people about this product, and then you want to find a platform to pass this information across. You remember what assignment we gave you. If you've done it, you will be resonating with this, because part of our business canvas talked about how you communicate. What platform are you using to reach your stakeholders? If your information is wrong, if your communication is wrong, if, for example, we talk about fake products and right products, okay? If your information has no truth, over time, it will catch up with us. Over time, it's going to catch up with us. And so when you want to sit down as a business and you want to determine whether you can succeed or not, it's to the level of which you are able to understand this concept before you, and to the level that you are able to manage this concept very well. Now we can go to our slide, because everything that we said right now, when it comes to pitching, it is everything here that is going to reflect. The first one, the person you're going to pitch to, you want to, what it means when you say somebody should fund you, what it means is you want to start a relationship with this person. Bottom line. That is, so if you can make it that simple, it will really help you a lot. And see, that is where this thing comes into play. When they tell you that you don't go for the money, you try to know the person. I think there's this very popular saying that says that I don't care how much you love or something like that until I know how much you care. There's something like that. I said, I don't care about this thing, but you have to show me that you care. When we come to pitching, bottom line, you must find a way to let me know you care for me. Part of it is that you've got to find out who I am. You're going to find out what makes me happy. You're going to find out the kind of businesses I invest in, the thing that matter to me. Do I like do I like the, what do they call it, ecology? Okay, so they have the environment. Do I like the environment? Do I like putting money in businesses that help women? Those hard work, they are features of relationships. So bottom line, you don't want to get my money. If you get it right, you want to be in relationship with me. And it is because of the relationship that you are not going to ask me to help you achieve your own purpose, achieve your own significance, and achieve your own breakthrough. That is what it's all about. It's not mechanical. You cannot succeed in raising money. You cannot succeed in getting expertise to be on your system, on your board, if you don't touch their heart. And how will you touch their heart if you don't know how to manage time, if you have not done well with time? Because the thing is this, you need to have time.
I should be number 3 on the charts now. I said it.
Okay. I got you.
Muted.
Oh, it's muted. Okay. Now, so for me, in terms of compassion right now, I'm trying to pour my life, and then he's listening to me, but then he's also enjoying himself somewhere else. You can see right now we muted him because it doesn't work. It doesn't work that way. So now, what do you do with your time? I know now that his time is not devoted to me. I'm just trying to be light with you and not being critical. Okay, now, if you have not respected time enough to gather your data, to learn about this person that you are going to be in relationship with, if you are not done those things and you do all of them with time. So if you do not know how to respect time, and if time is not your friend, it has become your master because you're not able to put your priorities right. You are now going to present something to me that would convey to me that you have no compassion for me. And that creates distortion. So now we come to information. I told you that the reason why you're born is for you to make decisions. It's for you to make decisions. When you get a dream, when you get an idea, you see that, like I said, it's not every time that you decide to bring that idea to life. That is why you see somebody who has brought an idea to life. I can share whether the dream or the idea bringing to life. I can share personal stories. Okay, maybe at the end, if you have time, we can talk about all of those so that we can situate this thing in real life. So the thing is this: you're born to make decisions. There's nobody on earth. There's nobody on earth that is not born to make decisions. And again, that is why the feature of underdevelopment is government and institutions denying you the education you need to gather information. Because they know when you gather information, you are able to think critically. And when you do critical thinking, you will bring product solutions and values that will make a difference. You are not seeing how you can analyze your society. You can see how you can analyze even family dynamics, friend dynamics. You can see it. A friendship that is not going to work is a friendship where you would see that when the other person is coming, you don't want the person to know. So Lara is coming, and then Joy and Alice are talking. The feature of a dysfunction is that once you see Lara coming, you stop saying what you are saying. That's a feature. That is a feature that the relationship is not healthy. So you are seeing what we're talking about right now. So because you don't want Lara to hear and make decisions concerning what you're doing. And that's why it's painful sometimes when you hear that your friends applied somewhere and they didn't tell you. That's why it's painful, because they know if you have the information, you will take a decision. They don't want you to take a decision. The same thing with the information here. There's nobody on earth that would ever make a decision without the information. And I can give you a classic example. I don't know about you. I don't know. I can't remember how and where I've seen a madman hit by a car before. I've not seen it. He's mad. She's mad. But I've never seen a madman or a madwoman, a moving vehicle at speed, and the madman goes along and then jumps into the street because he's mad. So you see, even to the level of being mad, there's a level of thinking that goes on. Because the madman, no matter what has happened to his mental faculty, knows that this thing will kill me. And there's a part of your system that wants to protect you every time. That is the one that keeps you in the comfort zone. So you can see, every one of us were born to make decisions. I can only destroy you by letting you not know that you are making decisions or that you are capable of making decisions. And even when you know that you're capable of making good decisions, I don't let you know that you are capable of making good decisions. Because see, when you make good decisions, you have good feedback. Good feedback over time will result in wealth, will result in money. That's what happens to businesses. Businesses done right, products done right. Over time, they create dominance in the market. So I let all of these things happen to you. So I don't let you package information. I don't let you enrich information. And I don't let you communicate information. And as long as you don't do that, it's a waste of time and you don't have relationships that you're building. That's where your advertisement is. That is where your marketing is. You tell them this is your product, you tell them what it does for them, what it benefits them, and then you tell them what it costs them and the process of switching to it. That is what information, that's what advertising is all about. So really in this world, what is it that we cannot study, that we cannot learn? Everything here we can. But if you come from this mindset that does not believe in systems and structures, Then you just believe that it's enough that you have a business idea. It's enough that somebody can sew that dress, and then you go to meet the person to sew the dress, and then you put it in the nylon, and then you just want to put it out there, and then you're wondering why it's not selling. And then, of course, your society has created the escape route of village people for you. Yeah, that's what happens. Okay, so now kidnappers and bandits. Who is at work is the devil that is at work. Are you seeing the destruction that comes from a wrong mindset? And so the hope is that you will not do life and business that way. So these are the foundations that will lay for you that, listen, that breakthrough you want to reach, that business deal, that business dominance that you want to reach, they are based on three things: time, which holds the promise of that thing happening; relationships, that you have to do with compassion, that you have to infuse feeling in. People don't buy because of logic, they buy because of feelings. You don't stay in people's life because of logic, you stay because of feelings, okay? And then information, the same thing. Your information has to be authentic. Why does it have to be authentic? Because people are making their life decisions based on the information you give them. And that is why when they find your product is wrong, when they find your product is a lie, it's sometimes you don't even understand it. You're trying to gauge the level of their anger. Why are they this angry? Again, in the Yoruba setting, some of the things that are picked up, there's one thing they use for this kind of experience I'm describing. They say, Kilagbe, Kileju. What did we do? How is your response? How does your response match what we did? Kilagbe, Kileju. It comes to that place. Why again? Because you have attacked their sense of dominion, that they are created for something. That is the reason why they react that way. If your business can take care of all of these things, your business is going to sell. So when you stand before the person you are pitching and you are disprepared, unless, and again, it's not everybody that's going to support you, because not everybody that's cut for your clothes. You must understand that. But if you do this, even when the person is saying no, the person is showing compassion as to why they are saying no. You need to have this background that we've talked about before we now move into the next slide, which is talk about the pitching, the technical content. We lay the foundation right now. Let's talk about the technical content. But while the slide is moving and transiting, is there anybody who wants to collaborate or contribute or share an idea that that is around what we talked about, or how it resonates with something that they have been dealing with on the philosophical level before we now talk about the technical? Is anybody who wants to contribute, who wants to or you just want to ask a question about how this applies to this, before we go on? And I really like us to have that engagement. Please, it can be about life, it can be about business, because in the long run, I told you that your life is a business. You are an entrepreneur, you live an entrepreneurial lifestyle. Is there anybody? Anybody, let's hear you. Yeah, Alice, please. Alice, you have the floor.
Okay, sir, good morning. Talking about philosophical background and the whole mindset which comes to play in businesses, entrepreneurship, and pitching. So, what about a person who doesn't know how to handle rejection? So, there are times where you just start speaking and someone stops you and tells you this thing you're saying does not rhyme or something, and you're thrown off balance. So, how can you get back on track after you've been thrown off balance like that?
Yeah, good question. Remember what I said. It might seem impractical, but it's actually very practical. Remember the guy who was laying the cable. That cable, the idea of laying that cable is the person's significant partner. Somebody calls significant partner, they call it significant other. It can be your spouse, it can be your girlfriend or something. The person, that cable laying idea is the person's significant order rather. And so in prioritizing, I am going to lay down my life for this thing that I'm in love with. So in the order of priority, that idea is number one. So all my feelings, all my attitudes, they are on that person. Now, I have come to meet a pitch person. That pitch person is number two, is secondary. Secondary. Because you see, it is just about how we understand this thing at the end of the day. Why am I meeting this person that is I'm pitching with? How? Why am I meeting this person? I'm meeting this person because I have a primary relationship. Who is in that primary relationship? My idea. So there's no way that we should allow the secondary relationship to be more powerful than the primary relationship, because we could never have met the secondary relationship without the primary relationship. And so that helps us to be able to, receive feedback. Because I have this idea, then you have come. You said, oh, you are talking rubbish, you are doing this and everything. Realistically, based on the diagram we've taught right now, it's either the person was not taught in a very good home, the person did not have a strong mother. You see, when you have a strong mother, and I'm not talking about mother, I'm talking about when you are raised with somebody who is strong, and that's a course, a lesson for another day. When you are not raised weak, when you're not raised weak, you will not have something in you that wants to put others down so that you can feel better. So when you come to me and you're pitching, I will not necessarily say you're saying rubbish or anything. I will not put you down. I'll just tell you why I'm not able to accept what you are saying. And that is a feature of strength I have in me, because most people cannot even say no. I used to not be able to say no. Okay, so people cannot say no. So the person will not seek to tear you down so that they can be better. So what I'm saying is this: don't take it as if you are the person that is wrong. The person can communicate whatever it is and say, no, you got it wrong here. And here is how I'm going to help you to get it right. It doesn't mean that I'm going to support you, but since I'm able to see the problem, I can help you to get it right. And please, whether pitching or personal life, if you don't have those kind of relationship patterns, it is time you should leave, because it's not going to help you. That is the first one. The second one is for you also to not be a dysfunctional person. If you have grown up in a healthy environment, you have given freedom to people to say no. Most of us, what we call rejection is that we deprive others the ability to say no. We call it rejection. It's not rejection. The person is exercising their decision calling to say, I want this, I don't want this. Don't hold people to bondage because of your own dysfunction, how you are not healthy, and say that the only reason why a relationship is good is when they keep on saying yes to you. You are dehumanizing them. So it's not rejection when they say no, because they are individuals. It's just that, with this psalm, the total, the segments that you can address. We did the total term, the total addressable market. We did the segment that you can address, and then we did the real one that you can address. In business, it's like that. So the person does not fall into the ones that you can service. So number one, the person, don't own the person's dysfunction. Number two, don't allow your own dysfunction to hold anybody to ransom. And that changes the face of rejection, what you call rejection or not. That changes it. It's unhealthiness on this part, unhealthiness on that part. Because no is saying you could get it right if you only add this to it. But when you take no as a closure, it becomes a problem at the end of the day. So just pack your thing and go and try in another place after infusing the correction. But unless you have an epiphany, you don't need to abandon your primary relationship, the one that brought you into a relationship with other people. Don't abandon it. Don't do it. It's going to make you crash. You can refine it. You can pivot. You can look at it and say, oh, I can do it another day, or it's not for now. If that is the feedback you are getting, all well and good. And these are textbook things. There's nothing that the person in a pitch environment is going to say to you that's not already in the textbook. So you must just get it right. But you see, entrepreneurship is deeply about feelings. It's deeply about feel. So you must build yourself. So that's what they call something IQ, emotional intelligence. So it's more like emotional. Your how high is your emotional quotient? So it's about emotional intelligence. So you need to be a person who just have this great level of emotional. And for you to do that, maybe you need to go and find enabling relationships so that you can come back and say, oh, that person said no to me. And then they help you to see it in the right way. And even when the no hurts, they just give you a hug and then they let you know that there will be a person who will tell you a yes. You are the one that can work that into your own life, not any other person. And I hope that is helpful. Thank you for coming through with that question as it relates to the foundation that we've laid. Okay, so let's deal with the technical right now. So now we talked about this thing, right? We're giving what it is in the normal view. So now let's talk about the guide. Okay, we have 4 slides. Like I told you, the reason and how we do our slide is so that you can take it and go and teach people, go and talk to people, and go and use them to practice. That's why we gave you the assignment last week that we're going to grade next week, that we're going to announce the outcome for those people who attempted it next week. Okay, that's why, so that you can relate with it. You relate with it, and then there's something they call metacognitive, where it's talking about how you can understand your own learning, your own understand your own intelligence, and it come by writing things down, by practicing it. And that's why when you are drawing, when people draw, they are able to communicate what is inside of them more than anything. Sometimes children who have gone through trauma, they ask them to draw, and sometimes they are drawing fire, they are drawing things that they cannot talk about, and it helps people to understand what it is that is going on in them. When you're drawing, when you are writing down, you are using many, many facets of your brain. You are using the one that is visual. Okay, you're using the one that is thinking. You are using that one, and then you are using the one that is communicating. So it's like you're having an out of body experience. And also, that is the reason why you can't just put your goals. Oh, my goals are in my head. Oh, my plans are in my head. You can't do that. Your brain can only hold 4 thoughts for a long time. That's why you forget your ideas. Make sure you're a person who writes down these things, okay? So that's why you should practice. That's why, so it becomes part of what you do to show you respect time. Okay. So we're talking about the anatomy of a winning pitch. And then, so we're giving storytelling frameworks for entrepreneurs. You now see what we're talking about right now. Stories appeal to emotions. Story appeals to a sense of essence, not really anything. Storytelling. So you must be your pitch becomes a storytelling opportunity. How you can tell the stories right. So we want to talk about 6 of the frameworks that we have identified. So the first one is the hook, okay? So when you are crafting your pitch, from long study, we found that this thing works this way. The hook is what is used mostly on social media. The reason why you click on that thing is because fire, fire, fire. And then you want to know what fire, fire, fire is. You click on it. Then there's another one, they say, if only I had known. That is the hook for that one. Okay, what is it that if only you had known? Then you want to click on that. So that is more or less what we mean by the hook. And the idea is that you let it be within the first 30 seconds of trying to start a relationship with this person. You put the hook in. You know what the hook does for a fish? He bites on it, and then because he bites on it, you are drawing it out like that. So now you got in the person's attention. Then the next thing is you want to talk about the problem. And here I want us to participate a bit. Why do we talk about the problem? Okay, let me run through the 6 anyway so that we have a comprehensive view of it. The reason why you have to communicate the problem is that every human being wants to solve a problem. It just has to be the problem that they want to solve. That's the reason why I say you should go and do your homework. Listen, every human being wants to solve a problem. And I don't know how true this is. It's said that in relationships, that women tend to become mothers in relationships most of the time. Okay, they want to make sure that this thing is solved. They want to make sure that you are all right. They want to make sure that you are okay. So it's about solving problems. It's about solving problems, and then it said that in relationship, most men want to provide. So, but in Africa also, or generally, we look at that provision and say, oh, it's about the material things. But when you go and look at the 31 chapter of Proverbs, you see that there's something they call a platform. When you give a woman a platform, when you resource that platform, it's just like children. When you give them the best opportunity, they shine. The children that you deprive of opportunities, they're not able to solve basic problems. So that is the thing. Everybody's wired to solve problems, and everybody gets a kick. You know what we call a kick? A sense of, yeah, I did it. Everybody on the face of the earth, they want to do that. So you present the problem. This is the problem, and make the argument why we should solve this problem. Okay? Now, the thing is that most times in life, people meet those that they want, people meet those whom they expect solutions from. But instead of helping the people to spend their time on finding the solutions that they came to them for, they now give the people whom they expect to give them solutions, they now give them more problems to solve. So instead of solving problems, instead of giving solutions, the people are solving problems that you should have solved. So it's eating into the time. Before you know it, there's no more time. Whether in a relationship, whether in a business partnership or anything, there's no more time. Make sure that when you present the problem that demands solving, you are able to own it. You are asking for the support and the buy-in of the person you are pitching to solve the problem. You want to solve the problem, but you are asking for the person to, and that takes us to the next level. What is the solution to the problem you are presenting? Don't let the person you are giving the pitch to, don't let the person be contributing or helping you to identify the problem or discuss the problem or anything like that. You articulate the problem. Articulate from the point of view that you know that everybody is created to solve problem, but you have come to them, I'm owning the process of solving it. I just need you to partner with me. I'm not planning to make this problem your problem. No, that's not how they created value in the first instance. So you put the solution that is unique. Because again, they have value. So they are gauging, is this worth my time? Is this worth my money? Is this worth my resources? So you present the solution. Is the uniqueness of the solution that is going to make them respond. Okay, and then you let them know. Again, don't forget Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Everybody wants significance. So you let them know this is the impact that solving this problem we have. Well, how would I know? It's about the market. What is the size of the market? Okay, what is the size of the market? What are the opportunities that are there? Now, don't forget about the feeling. Don't forget about the compassion. Either the person at this point is feeling compassion for the market. The person is feeling excitement for the market, but don't let them feel awful or put off by it. Like I said, the healthy person who won't go along with you, they will not destroy you, they will not pull you down. They will just even give you more ideas as why you can solve the problem and apologize as to the reason why they can't embrace you. And again, I'm saying it that it should be the pattern for even your life relationships, whoever and however you're meeting, whether with a church, whether in a mosque, whether with a person, whether with money, whether it should be the feature of all of these things. What's the market? Let them develop compassion for the market. And then you tell them traction, prove that you are moving. Let me say this. Movement is an aphrodisiac. I've always been teaching that for over 20 years now. Movement is an aphrodisiac. An aphrodisiac stimulates you. Okay. So and that is actually when you see a fast car, when you're moving in a fast car, the wind rushing in your face, it makes you feel good. Movement is an aphrodisiac. I must know that this thing is moving. That's traction. You are already moving towards solving the problem. If you're not already moving towards solving the problem, then I know that you have come to make the problem my problem. And this is a thin line. I know you've come to make the problem my problem. Then after all of these things have been sorted out, then you ask, okay, why is this ask needful? It is because human beings are created to make decisions. It's at the ask. You don't just give information. It's at the ask that you now activate the reason why they are alive. You have to make a decision. Either you give me, or you give me lower, or you give me more, or you tell me, come another day. The ask is the closure of everything. You are tapping into, so I'm telling you the structure of a human being. You are tapping into that thing that you didn't create. God who made it, people created it there, that this person must make a decision. If you don't put the ask there, it's going to be a problem. And there are so many relationships. There's so many products. When I talk about relationship right now, I'm talking about as an entrepreneur, the stakeholders in your sphere. So if you don't say this is this soap and this how much is going to cost, then you have not concluded or activated my capacity for decision. So you must tell me how much it is. Don't just tell me this is the soap. Then how do I get the soap? Because that's also a decision. How do I get the soap? What do I need to get the soap? And that in your business canvas, what we call what platforms exist for communication or for closing the deal, like that. When you weave this, not only into your business, even into your personal life, when people know that you are solution oriented, they always want to be around you. And you too, you want to be around people who give solutions, not somebody that you go to and then they start talking about how everything is bad. You don't always want to be around that kind of a setting. Okay, so that is the anatomy. And when we talk about the anatomy, we're just talking about the makeup. And we believe that these 6 steps are very helpful, both for your personal life and for your business and for your product and for your conversations, and especially when it comes to pitching for the getting a winning pitch. The other part is the storytelling frameworks. Okay, the storytelling frameworks. And where, for example, in this one right now, let's use this framework where the hero's journey. Now, the customer is the hero, okay? And then we define the villain. You remember the problem. The customer is that person in the movie. Actors never die. So that is why they say customer is always right. So your customer is the hero. To the extent that you can't make your customer the hero, to that extent, it becomes problematic for me to know what am I doing with you. Okay, so now the problem now becomes a villain. And what do you do with villains in movies? You shoot them. Okay, now you now bring your product. Your product now becomes your product becomes the gun, the bullet, and then resolution. Because the villain is no more there right now, the actor can go to the beach. The actor can fly. The actor can smile. You know, in those movies, that's how it always is. So storytelling, it's always like the person wants to watch a movie, get them to watch a movie. Another thing I would like to point out is this. most of the times we want to just sell products. Most of the times we want to just sell products. And it comes from the problem in our environment. We are often desperate people because the environment is not right. I was in one learning that I was doing, the people wanted to create a tabletop note arranger, notes to arrange notes. If I can lay my hands on it, I'll probably. So it's a product development learning thing. They worked on it for 2 years. 2 years. They wanted to develop a case that can hold your notes when you are thinking. You write down a note, then so that you don't just shuffle or scatter your desk. They wanted to create something that would do that. They did it for 2 years. They were flying from city to city to collaborate. In our part of the world, it's not that deep. Okay, so listen. From your environment, you know what the problem is, and it's not that deep. He's saying, don't put too much effort into it. You see, right now, it's not that deep. He's saying, don't do so much, don't do too much. Okay, Kilagbe Kileju is a more of the thing that shows the responsibility in your society. When you do not have compassion to empathize with the person that is suffering that consequence. So I come back and I'm shouting. I told you the first time or the second time we had a session that I wanted to buy momo. They didn't put the momo in leaves. They put it in plastic. I didn't want to eat momo. It was 900. The whole food was over 24,900. I left the 24,000 food. I went to this and I kept shouting, I want more in leaves. Now, somebody will say, Kilagbe Kileju, what is it that we've thrown at you? And what is it that we've done? What are you throwing at us? They won't be able to understand it. And that shows a culture of irresponsibility again. And this is where you're going to win. When you understand the nuances of the problem in your market and then you're able to meet it. So here, we always want to run to products. We always want to run to products. So we don't do our development from the problem. What is the problem? It's raining and I go and do an umbrella. Why is it raining? Or let me leave that one. The house is leaking. I want to put chewing gum and just staple it. I'm not asking, how come this thing is leaking? Because I don't want to go to the roof and then go and be doing those explorations. So we don't deal with the problems. We deal with the product that will assuage the pain. And that is what most governments in Africa also do. When bikes are causing problems, they will ban the bikes. When taxis are behaving a particular way, they will ban. So we keep on banning and banning and banning products, not exploring what the problem is. You stand a better chance of surviving as an entrepreneur when you want to raise partners. And don't forget, pitching is a form of raising partners. It makes it very simple for you. Pitching is a form, is a style of raising partners. Okay, when you start from problem, not products. So talk about the problem. Then you talk about the solution. Then your story now tells us what is the impact. See, at the impact level is when you say, and joy comes on the face of that person. When you're saying, and joy comes on the face of that person, your own face lights up, and my face is going to light up. Okay, so you can see, so lead with emotional resonance. Show the gap. Okay, status quo versus the ideal. Then demo the solution. If you have it in 60 seconds, let me show you. That's where you say, let me show you. Okay, and then you quantify the impact up front. You remember the dreams. You can give them a dream. So give them a dream, and then they believe it, they expect it to come to pass. So we're talking about things that have happened to you, things that you have experienced. The last one in the storytelling frameworks is the pyramid principle. Okay. You know how a pyramid is, right? Bottom like. So you start with the conclusion. Okay. And then what you start doing is that you start building. So you support it with like 3 key pillars. Okay, so this is the conclusion. This is the pillar for this conclusion. Okay. Then the pyramid is gummed together by some things where you now present experiences, okay, evidence, okay, under each of the pillar. You just like, how are you doing right now? Let me say, um, the mixture of what you put there to make it work. How do I say it now? Okay, let's just do it a normal pyramid. Let's do a normal pyramid. Okay, so we start from the bottom. This is where we're going, and then you show this is how I built this. This is the content I put into it, and then as you're doing it, okay, I think most times the cooking thing works more than anything in this particular case. You tell them, I'm going to bring Ofeide. I hope I got that right. Ofeide. And as yeah, we just want to bring the soup. So you already told me the soup that you're bringing. And then I'm imagining the soup. Then you start walking me through. Okay, I'll put this unsala, and then I'll put this cow meat, and then I'll put this, and then as you're putting it, it's resonating with me along the way. You can see, I think I can use food to get me. Look at that, I'm smiling because of food. Now, that is the effect of this process. And most often than not, you're able to get a yes from me. Please, next slide. Next slide, please. Okay, presenting, next slide. Okay, so this is where we are now. How many of you want to fly with, you want to you want to go on a plane? I think the plane is the best one I can use for this one. You want to fly on a plane, then you met the pilot, and then you ask the pilot, okay, so are you excited? Are we going to get to where we're going? Then the pilot said, well, I don't know, maybe not. Are you going to board that plane? Most likely, you're not going to board that plane. And so that is where it comes with presenting data with confidence. You remember I said that you are born to make decisions. You need information to make decisions. Where it becomes a storytelling narrative and has that capacity is that the data now you must have a way of turning it into a narrative, a story, something that can impact, because I need to have that thing at the back of my head so that I can make a decision. So I won't remember everything, but I will remember, some of the narrative, how you said it, what you said is going to be the result. I might not remember all the concrete data, but I will remember the narrative around it. But much more than anything, I remember it when you say it with confidence. So I am positive because there's something in me that would always want to protect me. And that is where we don't get most of the people who say no to us. Sometimes they don't say no because our ideas are poor. Please note this as you manage rejection or saying no. You don't even call it rejection, just saying no. No is an answer. Okay? People want to protect themselves. Some of them are even very lazy to explore new horizon. So you come to them with an idea. It's not because anything is wrong with you, but they just don't want to leave their comfort zone. But they are not authentic enough to say, I don't want to leave my comfort zone. So I will have to tell you that you are wrong. I will have to make you feel bad so that I can stay where I want to stay. And so that's why you must know how to cut the BS in most of your life engagements. Okay. Why does narratives, narratives, which is where you turn the numbers into narratives and do it with confidence, why does it work? It's because instead of saying black men, when I say 3 black men are most likely to die in 2 minutes from smoking than the number somewhere else. It's clear, it's concrete, but it's a narrative that you are giving me. You are letting me know. So as I'm looking and I'm walking away, I'm looking at 3 black men. I'm seeing them dropping dead. And because I don't want dead people on my hands, I'll probably give you a call and say, okay, what did you say that we can do about this? Okay. And then the average attention span before a chart loses them. Like, you want to present a chart right now. Why does this lose them? Why does this lose people? I said, when you are coming to seek my help, don't give me another problem. So when you present charts, I first of all need to understand how to read a chart. That is the first thing. Before I now go back to the process of thinking about a solution. Does that make sense right now? That is where the problem is. I have to think about how to read and interpret a chart. Then that moment that I'm using is the energy that I should have used to find a solution for you. Listen, I don't believe that people are wicked, people don't want to support. I don't believe it. It's just that there are some rules that we're not used to, honestly. And it's very easy for us to say people are difficult. This is not working. This is not working. You say, oh, there's no money in the economy. How many exclusive networks are in Lagos, Nigeria? For those of us who are outside of Nigeria, Lagos, Nigeria is the economic center of Nigeria, and then it's actually a powerhouse in Africa. And then we have, because of insecurity, we have high net worth individuals running into gated communities. And in Lagos alone, there are several of them, and they come at very expensive, lease rates. Their prices are very expensive. And so you are out there saying there's no money, but human beings are living in gated communities. Human beings are buying vehicles. So it's not really about any of these things. It's about the fact that if you learn how not to increase my problem, I am able to have the time to give you a solution. But if you don't know this, it's going to be a problem with creating relationships. Who wants to be in a relationship that gives them too much work? Nobody wants to. So it's not different when you're. The last one is key metrics per slide. Okay. Don't just think that you can put everything in one slide. Okay. Just do the one that will get my attention. And then you can see the do's and don'ts there. Okay. You lead with the so what before the chart, round number. That's another thing. Round number. 2 million is better than, and I want 1,000, 184,000, 184. Oh, I've lost you. You've lost me. Then highlight one bar. Okay. And then you can also make it in colors like you have seen. That's the reason why we did these slides like this, so that you can see what we're talking about, how it appeals to you and all sorts. Now, you know that we do practicals here more than anything. And I know that you are very bold people. And honestly, you don't even know what is going to happen. Yeah, and I'm not telling you, I'm not teasing, I'm not telling you anything. Okay. All of this thing that we put together right now, I'm going to give us 3 minutes. Okay. 3 minutes for you to think about them, for you to think about, if you want to say something, how you will say it, 3 minutes. Then I'm going to open the platform and I'm going to invite 2 people, okay, to present in 4 minutes. 2 people. No, let's do 3 minutes. You present in 3 minutes. You make a pitch. Okay, you make a pitch in 3 minutes. I don't know what will happen. Anything can happen. But every other person that is not pitching will now become the judge. We're giving you the slide on how to be the judge. That's the 4th slide like that, okay? On how to be the judge. Let me go quickly to the 4th slide now. Can we go quickly to the 4th slide so that I can give them the rules on how to make this presentation? Okay, now you can see here right now, those of you are going to be judging the pitch. Okay, for those who have liver. Okay, now this is how we're going to do it. You're going to pitch, and then we're going to give feedback. I'm going to reduce feedback to 2 minutes. And then we're going to try it again for the second person. When we're done, all of us will come back. Then we we reflect and iterate. These are things that you can use for feedback because, like I said, it's practical. We want you to be able to understand this process more than anything. Okay, and then we now close. We do a communal closing with that fourth slide. Ordinarily, I should have prepared you for us to break into two rooms so that we have equal number of people in each room. But maybe we all benefit from a live sharing. So maybe we don't break into rooms. But we're going to give you like 1-2 minutes now. Think, reflect on what you've heard. Okay. And then see what dream you want to sell to us in 3 minutes, following all the steps that we've given you. And then when you finish, we would respond to you as judges. Then the next person will come and then we'll respond as judges. And let's see how this goes. So your 2 minutes are counting now for you to go and reflect. We're going to think, okay, what am I going to say? How am I going to say it? Then you show with a show of hands, and if there's no show of hands, I'm going to call somebody, two people. But I'm hoping that as entrepreneurs that we are, and that is the point. An entrepreneur dares. An entrepreneur does not wait for the rules. You break the rules, then you say sorry later. Because see, the nature of an entrepreneur, you have received a dream. It's not everybody who has received the dream. So now you now want to take permission for you to do the dream. It's not going to work. So you do your dream, then you now say, oh, I'm sorry, I did the dream. Okay, but just be careful while you're doing that. I didn't teach you that. But I'm just saying that for everybody who succeeded, 80% of them, 95% they didn't take permission from anybody. So maybe you should stop waiting to take permission from people in your life. So yeah, we have 1-2 minutes to be able to do this, and then we'll come back and then we'll do a presentation. I'm hoping that we have bold people, entrepreneurs. No, not bold. Entrepreneurs are bold. Bold because entrepreneurs do it afraid. Okay, so we have entrepreneurs. I'm not going to use bold, courageous. I'm going to use entrepreneurs. I'm hoping we have entrepreneurs in our midst. Entrepreneurs take chances. Entrepreneurs don't wait. They don't wait for validation. So 2 minutes start counting from now. Thank you.
Hello, Mr. Akinlabi. Sorry, there's a question here.
Okay.
It says, hi, I want to express a real challenge I face. My biggest struggle has been lack of information, but knowing what matters in a pitch. I often find myself overwhelmed and unsure. Sorry, I cannot see. Okay,
I'm ready. Thank you very much. Yeah, the person should. The person should. Okay, so if you're hearing me, who said that now? Let me see. Okay, Musa, Mr. Shiosi. Okay, what he should do is just speak from the heart. Okay, I think he should actually be one of the people who present. You actually are the one you're judging yourself and then you're giving yourself feedback. That's not how it works. I'll say you, Salima. I'll call you too. Okay, so that's not how it works. You are judging yourself. You don't even know. Let us be the one to give you the feedback. Okay, let's give it on to give you the feedback. Okay, so use us in this platform. Use us. Don't worry about whether you haven't just say that we'll now come back to you. And then so thank you for that. So be prepared. I'll call you briefly now, shortly now. Then I'll call Salima. Is there any other person with the hands raised up apart from Musa and Salima? Any other person? Oh, okay, no. So good. Let's give it a go. I'm going to call Salima first. And how it's going to work is that we're going to
Amina
have.
also raised up her hand.
Who did?
Amina.
Oh, I'm just seeing Amina's hands right now. Oh, okay. Okay, you guys, what you're going to do for me is this. Sorry, I'm going to push things a bit, but I want to give you 2-3 minutes and I want you to just do it. We're not going to say anything. When we finish, we'll come back to you. Every one of us, we are judges. We are judges. So we would allow Amina to present. We won't give feedback. We'll allow Salma to present. We won't give feedback. Then Musa will now present. So we want the boldest one to be the last person. Okay, so Musa will now present at the end of the day. So yeah, Salima, you have the floor right now. Your time start counting from now. Salima. Oh, Salima, can you hear me? Hello, Salima, can you hear me? Okay, Amina, I think you should give it a go. It's like Salima is battling with her network. Salima, Amina, your time start counting now, please. Your time start.
My network.
Okay. Salima is back. Yeah, Salima, please. 2
Hello.
minutes more.
Hello.
Hello. Yeah, Salima, we got you. The network. Okay, what I'm going to do is this. Amina, please start presenting. Salima, I'm going to ask the organizers to give you a local phone number and then you can call the WhatsApp. Precious, you may probably help us give Amina a WhatsApp number, your WhatsApp number. And then when she presents, you put it on your phone so that we can hear through that. Maybe that will work more than anything. So please, Amina, let's have you.
Okay, is my time counting already?
Yes, your time counting
Can
at
you hear
57.
me?
Yeah, we can. Your time start counting at 57. Please go ahead.
Okay.
And don't forget the emotional appeal. We can't
So,
make a decision if we're not seeing your face. That's one thing you should note. So please enable your video.
okay.
So you see what we're saying about time right now. So Amina didn't anticipate that she needed to get her prop ready. Yeah. Okay, let's go. You see, time. You have to be prepared. I need to know you have used your time very well. I see the issues now. I
Okay,
hope all of us were learning. Yes, you can start. We have used it as a
Okay.
we use it as a live case now, live case study. Yeah, go ahead.
I don't want this to be part of the pitch, but this is just a disclaimer, please. This is the first time I'm pitching, and I just raised my hand because I want to remove that fear, right? So
Please
And I
turn
thank you
your
love
for
that.
this
camera.
opportunity.
The camera is not facing you. You need to switch your
Oh,
I
camera.
love
I'm
that.
so sorry.
We are seeing that this is your first time, truly.
Is it facing me now? I'm
Very
just
good.
having issue with the platform.
No, don't worry. Don't worry. We're seeing your face right now. Go ahead and present.
Okay.
We're hearing you. We're seeing you.
Okay. Thank you. After sending 150 videos and images to my potential customer on Instagram, all I got was, "Thank you. I'll think about it." This was the post I came across yesterday. A henna vendor, an online henna designer, posted this as her experience with a potential customer. So this is the kind of issue we are trying to solve at Launchpad. And our goal is to make sure that as a business owner or as a service provider, we take away all the other things distracting you from the actual service you are rendering. In the case of this person, she's a henna designer. So her service is henna design, not sending images, not sending 150 videos to somebody on Instagram. My name is Amina Shiga, and I am the co-founder of Launchpad NG. Our platform helps businesses to build a fully functional website in minutes, and also gives them a virtual assistant that can analyze their data, give them feedback, and help improve their business processes. We started in December 2025.
No.
We started building in December 2025, and at the moment, our product is ready and is being used by businesses. The ask, right? So our ask is 20 million naira funding to be able to promote this platform to the right businesses. The businesses that need this solution. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, so let's be making our notes. That's Amina Shiga. Now Salima is back.
Why is
So
this network doing like this? Ah,
okay. Salima, we can hear you.
what should she wear? Like? Yes, I'm back.
Okay, it's all right. Let's have you. Let's have you.
Okay, sir.
And we will need to see your video. We need to see you talking. I know it's
Before I
challenging.
begin, please. Okay, my video. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, my network may go off anytime, so I will shall quickly say everything I have to say. Okay.
Your time's up now.
Every day, millions of people sacrifice their health while chasing their dreams. I know this because I am one of them. I am Hamza Salima Omalaria. I'm a medical laboratory science student, a fashion designer. Like many young entrepreneurs out there, I spent countless hours sewing on a sew and cutting fabrics on the floor, believing that hard work meant enduring discomfort. At first, I ignored the pain, but gradually that discomfort became severe back pain, waist pain, stomach pain, and difficulty standing upright. I went to the hospital expecting a serious illness, but instead I was told my pain was due to prolonged stress and poor posture. Even after medications and injections, the pain still persisted. And as a medical student, I made research on musculoskeletal health, and it made me ask one question. Why should people wait until they are already in pain before realizing their posture needs attention? That question inspired the current device I'm working on, which is Posturai. As the name is, it is coined from Posture AI. Posturai is an AI-powered wearable spinal health assistant designed to prevent posture-related problems before they become chronic. It is a lightweight, compact clip-on device that attaches to your clothing at the upper back in contact with your skin. Using intelligent motion sensors, Posturai continuously monitor your body posture instead of vibrating. It communicates through an AI voice companion. Imagine hearing you've been bending for too long, please straighten your back. You've been working for a long period of time. It's time to take a break and take a simple stretch, which also gives posture personalized insights through a companion mobile application. So Postura is not just for fashion designers. It's for students studying for hours. It's for office workers sitting behind computers. It's for healthcare workers standing through long shifts. It's for artisans, entrepreneurs, and millions of people whose daily work silently damages their posture. I believe prevention is better than treatment, and technology should help people stay healthy before pain becomes treatment. What began as my own painful experience has become the mission of Team Posturai because I realized I cannot do it alone, and I have gathered a team. My team includes people from someone from biomedical engineering, someone from computer science, a software and hardware specialist, and also a system security specialist. We are currently working on making the prototype, and we are still working on getting the prototype done and the components too. So now the main issue now is the funding because we are already working on bringing the idea to life. We are not just building a wearable device. We are building an intelligent preventive healthcare.
Okay. I think we lost Salima. Our network has happened again. So that's it. Well, I think we've gotten enough to be able to. Salima, we've
Oh,
gotten enough.
were you able to capture everything I
Yeah,
said?
we captured everything that you said that we can make.
Eh?
We captured. What is your ask? What is your ask? Quickly, your ask.
Hello?
Your ask. We can hear you. What is
Hello?
your ask? We can hear you. What is your ask?
Okay, our ask right now, we are looking towards 1 million to 5 million naira in order to make the prototype on the try and error stage because we have many components. We have to buy, test, buy again and test until we get a perfect result and get people to test it too. So
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Salima, for trying. Let's quickly go to Musa. We'll come back to the three of you. And I hope my panel of judges are taking notes. Thank you. I appreciate the effort both of you have made to try.
were you able to capture everything I
We
said?
captured everything. We got everything you said. Thank
Okay.
you. Well done. Yeah. Okay, Musa, it's your turn now. Musa Shioshi, it's your turn now. 3 minutes. Start counting now. Yeah, Musa Shioshi, it's your time. I think that's Shioshi. Musa, can we have you?
I don't think she's here.
Okay, it's all right. Thank you. So, our panel of judges, please, your feedback. Let us pour in, unmute and speak. If you can't speak, Precious be ready to be reading the feedback for us. We already see what the feedback should be. Yeah, let's have it quickly. All of you, we are part of the panel of judges. We all listened, we all heard. So, I need your feedback, please.
Okay, Alice is here.
Alice, please.
Okay, good day, everybody, and well done to those who were courageous enough to pitch their ideas. So first of all, Amina, well done on your first attempt. Although you may have to be a little bit serious, not a little bit, you have to be serious. Just like Mr. Akinlabi said, this is your dream, this is your idea. So the process where you're laughing in between, that means you don't even believe in what you're giving or you're telling the investor. So you're even laughing at yourself. You don't have the confidence enough to let them know this dream or idea you are in. And then the ask, maybe because there's no we are not sharing our screens, so perhaps we cannot see everything in the ask, because I don't think pitches would have enough time for you to read everything out, but the summary, because that your ask is a little bit high, but it's fine. And for others, I think, yeah, it was not others, it was just one person. So I think she did well in communicating, especially her the story, the compelling, the compassion. It actually won me. I was moved. So well done. I have learned from you. That was the second person that pitched. I've learned from you, and I've been able to develop my own story that I would use in my beginning pitch phase. So thank you to you too for being courageous and setting something for us, a timeline, something for us. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. Brilliant, Alice. Brilliant. I'll come back to everyone. So another person, Precious, who is the next person, please? Feedback.
Everybody has raised up. Yeah.
Okay. So let me prompt you right now. Remember I said, don't give me any work to do. Salima said 1 to 5 million. Can anybody tell us why that is not helpful for me as a solution provider? Is anybody who wants to tell me why that is not helpful for me? You know, I'm a decision maker. I need to make decisions. How is that not helpful for me?
All right, sir, can I speak?
Please.
All right, because it's not precise on the specific amount she made.
So how is that a problem?
You don't really know the actual amount to help in it, so you can kind of been confused because she didn't tell you, okay, I need 1 million, I need 5 million. She said 1 to 5 million. She wasn't precise, so you don't really know the specific amount you can use to help or support the idea. So.
Thank you. Don't let us forget the principle of existence. I exist to make decisions. You confuse me. I hate confusion because I'm making decisions constantly. It's not that I pointed to you that you are making decisions. That's when you will now start noticing that actually you make decisions. Somebody said that we make 37,000 or 34,000 decisions. It's in a day, in a week. I can't remember right now. Okay, so that is why most of our decisions, we have structured it. So when I say I'm going to bathe right now, I'm not going to start thinking, oh, I need to take my towel, I need to take that, I need to take this. And for most of us, when we get to the bathroom and the soap is not there, what is the first thing you do? Oh no. Why do you say, oh no? You need to start making decisions as to where to go get soap, or you start taking notes about the fact that you need to find a way to make more. You are raising new decisions, you don't like it. So that is why you should start noticing yourself now. The reason why you do certain things, you would understand better now. When you understand yourself, you can understand other people. So we are making decisions constant. That's why some people go mad, because they can't process all decisions they have to make at a go. So if I have to make decision on buying into your product, that is also already a risk to my value. You now had another problem of, is it 1 million that I should start thinking of? Is it 5 million I should start thinking of? And I'm trying so that you not cheat me. I'm looking at what really is it that she wants. So I'm not now able to say 2.5 million. I'm not able to say 2.7 million. Why am I thinking that you should not cheat me? Because I'm a person that is competitive. I'm in dominion. I'm a dominion person. So I don't want the other person to win me. That's why it should be a win-win. So that's just it. The beginning, you said millions of people. You probably should have said, according to WHO report of 2022, 2.5 million men in this place or globally are suffering from this. Now, I put a picture, but he said millions. That creates a problem. But the story is good, and it's a round of applause to you and everyone. Let me go to Amina. Amina, the best thing you've done today is that you have reached vulnerability. You have increased your trust capacity. How
Sorry,
to trust
someone was
people.
raising up.
Okay. Okay, let me finish this thought. How to trust people, because that is the beginning. So what you have never done before, you now did in the presence of strangers, knowing that you have not mastered it. The reason why most people don't start businesses is because they want to get the idea perfect. But you, that's what you have done as an entrepreneur today. That's what you have gotten right. You tried. You tried. And of course, Alice's feedback is valid. But the overriding thing is that you tried, and that is the only win that you need in your life. The fact that you can reach vulnerability and then you can try. Okay, going beyond that is when you said businesses, companies or businesses. No, you are sitting in front of me. When you say business or company, you have dehumanized me. I am not significant to you. That is not going to make me say yes. That's the reason why I won't say yes. You have not thought me enough for you. That is a problem. So let us just note this. And we can, so most of us, we grew up in an environment where we don't talk. So please, as an entrepreneur, start using people to talk, start using people to practice. Talk more. That's what you do. Okay, try practice. Thank you. Alice, you've done fine, great in how you gave the feedback. You done great. You appreciated them. You told them how they have helped you, and then you even the person you pointed out how they should do something better. You still appreciated the fact that they tried to help you. That is perfect. So you two, every one of us, we're trying, and then so let's have the person who raised their hand, and then we'll just do some closing uh, uh, um, moments. Yes, you said somebody raised their hands.
Scholastica.
Okay, yeah, Scholastica, right?
Yeah. Can I have you, Scholastica? Is she there?
She's
Oh,
Scholastic. No, she's again.
okay. Okay, it's all right. Maybe she can send feedback into the group WhatsApp, and then we can take it up from there. Okay. And so let's close. Let me just do one or two of these. We are going to send this to you just for you to practice. The thing I want to point out is that it's all about emotions when you are engaging and negotiating relationships. So you need to stay calm. You need to stay credible and then turn pressure into proof. So what you can do most time is to use this acronym here, PREP. You just put it at the back of your mind. You pause, okay? You pause. You restate the question so that you can, while you're restating it, you are processing it in your head again. Okay, and then evidence. Make sure, like I said, that you give evidence, because why do you need to give evidence again? The person is making a decision, make their job easier. And then so always end with your takeaway, not the questions framing. And these are the common questions that judges will ask and how you respond, handling hard questions from judges. And that's why I'm going to conclude my interaction with you today. Hard is not negative. The hard is not negative. And you need to understand that as an entrepreneur. I watched the video this morning, and the person that was on the video said, I've never seen anybody who made it in this world who never had situations tough for them to handle. Hard is not a problem. You must embrace hard. How you embrace hard is you build capacity. And that goes back to your processes. We need to develop systems. At some point, SASIE will invite you back on how to develop structures and systems, and then automation can come in. And really, that's what makes a difference. Don't forget, your dream is the same as your idea. It comes to pass in time. You need the relationships for it, and then you need to be able to communicate and give information so that your relationship people and your relationship processes can be fluid. Your target is your breakthrough, is the market dominance, it's you achieving purpose. Okay. That is the reason why you're doing this business, and you don't need to shy away from it. Be comfortable with the idea that you are going to succeed. Don't self sabotage yourself. Be comfortable with the idea that you are going to succeed. Thank you, and God bless you. That is my take in this session. I don't know how the facilitators want us to process questions or feedback or anything. I'm here for the next 5-10 minutes. If there's anything, and then we can take it. If not, it's been a good time with you. God bless you. I yield back to the organizers.
Okay, thank you, sir, for this wonderful and practical session. And I learned a lot of things. I hope all of you also learned something, how to pitch and how to communicate your ideas with clarity and confidence. Now we'll move to ask question and answer. Just 5 minutes. Just one or two people, because we spent more than supposed to. So okay, Amina, wow, just just these
Thank you.
three, please. We cannot do more than three. So starting with Amina.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much for the feedback. So I just wanted to ask, all my life I've been saying we are addressing problems for businesses. Can you, like, how can I communicate it that you are the one that is the person I'm pitching to without making it look like I've changed my target audience to an individual, not a business? Please.
Please repeat your question.
Okay, so you mentioned that me mentioning businesses and companies in my pitch made the person feel less valuable. Is making you as the person I'm pitching to feel valuable. How can I explain that? How can I make you feel valuable without also making my business look like it's targeting individuals, not businesses?
Oh, please don't get my feedback wrong. When you were closing and you're making your ask, you said we want you want the money from businesses like you or something like that. So, and I said that well, it was when you were making your ask, not when you are stating your market or anything. No, it's nothing to do with your market or your products. It's when you are doing your ask that you are now depersonalizing the person that is sitting in front of you, and you are talking about we want money from businesses or people. You say people like you or people to give us this. No, no people, no business. You are facing me. So you need to personalize. That is what would work. If I call you, hey, that person is raising up your hand, it doesn't really sound great. The fact that a stranger is calling you Amina, the person is calling you Alice, the person calling you Salima using Molara, there's a way it feels on you. We are human beings. There are sciences. Human beings have lived on the face of the earth for millions of years or thousands of years. There are sciences to how people behave. It's there, nothing more. So it's just that you look at me and say, I'm expecting Akinlabi, Alabi, Tunde, Barimo, whatever. If you can go around, they probably are no more than 2, 3, 4, 5. It will help you. But if you say, my distinguished audience or my distinguished VCs before me. It even feels, though it's off, but it feels more because you have identified them as being high enough for you to mention. When you say people or people like you, it becomes a problem. That's what I said. Thank you for following up on that. Salima. Salima, please.
Yes, sir. My network went off when you were making corrections about my pitch, and the only part I heard was when I mentioned millions of people that you were saying I should have said according to WHO, but I didn't
Yeah,
get what you said from the beginning because my network went off.
Okay. So that was specifics. I'm talking about I focus on your money ask. You said 1 to 5 million. And I remember in the body of our conversation, I said, don't give me problems because I'm constantly trying to solve problems because I'm a decision maker. That's why I exist. So when you say 1 to 5 million, I now don't know the one that will work best for you. And I also don't want to give you too much money that you now not be able to use very well. So I'm struggling with that before I can arrive at a knowing. I might have been turned off. So I'm not going to start thinking about giving you money anymore. But if you say 2.5 million, and then I'm looking at you and say, who wants to give this 2.5 million? I'm going to give her 1.8 million like that because I'll let her try and go and meet other people. So that's just the only
Can I still say something?
Okay, quickly.
Okay. Why I said that was because I and my team, we are still here to be very certain about the prices because we are still working on how we can get the components, the board, the sensor, and everything. We even have a meeting on Monday about that pricing stuff so that we'll know the actual amount that we need. So when I am not sure about the amount, what should I say? Because
when you're not sure about the amount, okay,
yes,
you do your
because we are still
research.
working on it.
You do your research to find out, okay? And if you are not sure about it, you say, according to these people who have done it before, at this stage of their development, it costs 3.5 million. Because you have done your research. Yes, you are not. You see, there's nothing you're doing that's unique. You had a dream, somebody else had a dream. The product is out there. That's why I call innovation. That's why I call USP, unique selling proposition. It's out there. It is. I'm not directing this to you now. Okay, we don't know how much lazy we are in relationships because you're developing a relation with a pitch person, but characteristically, we don't know how much lazy we are in relation. We don't see relationship as a hard work. So when we come to it that I'm developing a relationship, I must do the hard work, then I will find solutions so that I don't come, no matter the excuse, I don't come to this person and give them work based on the fact that I also have a problem of not knowing. So you have just created more problems. You have not focused on solutions. So that's how it works. It's very clear. I hope that helps.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Alice, please.
Okay, thank you, sir, so far. So the first question is, most times we try to not give out all our entire ideas and USP when we are pitching, especially when we have like a competitor in that space in the same organization where we are pitching to, and also to avoid copying what we are trying to do. Yes, there are products that are also similar in the market, but like you said, innovations and inventions come and you try to tweak yours a little, and that little tweak, you're trying to hide it from the investors and also from your competitor at the same time. So how do you express yourself in a case like that? And secondly, most of the pitches I've gone for, whenever they ask for team and I'm alone, it seems as though a one-man business does not have a prospect for getting a grant. So I want to know how this can be sorted out.
Okay, quickly. The first one is this. I have value. You have value. You are protecting your value, but you want to take my value. It's not going to work. Relationship must risk vulnerability. That is why you must pick carefully where you go to pitch. You must pick carefully. That is how it works. Relationship must risk openness, must risk vulnerability. I'm Yoruba, so the Yoruba says that Oko kin farapamọ́ fẹ́ni tó máa sin. That means that the dead body does not make decision to hide its physical openness from the person who will bury him or wash him for preparing for burial. That is the thing with relationship. It is going to be high risk. And that is why when businesses succeed, those people become mega rich because they have taken mind-blowing risk. So you can't be an entrepreneur and be risk averse. You can only take calculated risk. Calculated means study the people you decide to go and pitch to and see whether they will help your dream or not, whether they will compete with you or not compete with you, and sign non-disclosures. Sign non-disclosures and patent where you can your products. There are so many protected things that you can use. So that is one. The second question, if I'm right, you mentioned being partnership. The reason why I wanted to come with someone is I want to be able to know that you are work with someone, because now you are saying that you want to be in a relationship with me. How many people have you been in a relationship with? How has your relationship worked before? So even if you don't have somebody, make somebody a board member or a designate board member and satisfy that desire. You're going to have to improvise, and it's just creativity that you need. Nobody knows that that person is not your permanent team member. So you can bring somebody who sympathizes with you, and that satisfies that level. And at that level, I want to thank every one of you. It's just been a pleasure being able to work this through you. Salima, you're on your own. I'm not the one that decides whether you can talk or not. Okay, I really want to thank everyone, and I hope that you've seen from what SASIE does, how they do it from a different point of view. They want you to understand the fundamentals. They're not putting technicalities in your way, and then they give you the material so that you can reproduce the learnings in other people. Thank you for the SASIE team for asking me to partner with them on this, and for every one of you who has made it and been consistent. You are the stars. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, everyone. Now, very quickly, Alice, what can help you in your storytelling with answering that very first question is you tell people what it is that you're doing, and then you don't tell them how you are doing it. So the new thing that you're adding to your product, which nobody else is adding to their product or service, you want to tell while you're pitching in your storytelling, you want to tell the results, not how you achieve that result. Okay, so that's how you solve that first problem. Then the second problem about teammates is for accountability. Investors want to know that you actually have people that hold you accountable to the goals you've said you will set up with your startup. And just as Mr. Akin said, they want to know that you are able to work with people. You cannot build $1 million business or $1 billion or $1 trillion business without working with people. And also leads to that thing where we're going to have classes, subsequent webinars about building systems and structures. Thank you all very much. Now, next week, we're going to begin at 11 a.m., not 10 a.m. We'll begin at 11 a.m. Within the week, you will receive a form where if you are interested in pitching next week, you can sign up and let us know. Now, the pitch is simply an opportunity for you to get feedback on your idea or your business, right? Yes, we will definitely give some gifts, as Mr. Akin has said, to those that we consider top-notch, but overall, the advice is take the opportunity to come and voice out, talk out your idea so that when others hear it, they give you their own feedback as well. We're going to have some judges join us in the platform next week. So you expect the form, sign up if you're interested. If you want to pitch, that's fine. If you do not want to pitch, but you want to listen to others while they pitch, that's also fine. So we will see you all next week, 11 a.m. I hope you had a great time The group will be open. Please leave your feedback about the session today. Let Mr. Akin know what you benefited from and where you would like more clarification. Thank you, everybody, and goodbye. Bye.